Imagine someone constantly twisting your words, making you feel guilty for things you didn't even do, pushing you to defend yourself over and over. What if I told you there's one question, just one, that when asked at the right moment, totally disarms the manipulator in their tracks? Not through aggression, not through long speeches, but through clarity. Today you'll learn that one question, why it works, how they'll react, and exactly how you can use it from now on. Manipulation isn't always loud. It often hides in vague statements. You always, everyone thinks you know what you did. These phrases sound reasonable, but they place you on the defensive. You feel you must explain, defend, apologize. They're built to steal your power quietly. These traps succeed because most people respond with excuses, guilt, or explanation, exactly the fuel manipulators need. But understanding these tactics puts you halfway ahead. Here's the question. What do you mean by that? When you ask it, something powerful happens. Vague claims collapse, stories unravel. There's nothing solid to cling to. Why? Because manipulators depend on ambiguity. They want you to fill in the gaps with your insecurities. But once you force them to define their terms, to bring forth specifics, dates, examples, evidence, they're exposed. And they don't like it. This question doesn't attack, it disarms. Of course, when hit with this question, manipulators will shift. They may dodge. You know what I meant? They may escalate. Why are you being so defensive? They may twist. Everyone else agrees with me. Each move is designed to push you back into explanation mode, to make you feel wrong for questioning. Don't give them that. Recognize these as weak shots, not strong arguments. When they try to regain control, hold your ground with calm clarity. Use boundary statements like, I don't see it that way, or that doesn't work for me. Short. No justification. No long defense. If they repeat themselves, stay steady. If emotion rises, don't mirror it. You don't need to win their argument. You just need to refuse to be pulled into their narrative. And sometimes, walking away or pausing the conversation is your strongest move. If you find manipulation is a recurring pattern or coming from someone who knows you well, lean on gray rock when needed. Neutral answers, minimal emotional response. Use your question repeatedly in conversations, every time you detect vague accusations. Over time, your refusal to engage in manipulative drama will change the dynamic. Also, protect yourself. Limit what you share, guard your emotional energy, trust cautiously until someone proves they respect your boundaries. Many people think they've disarmed a manipulator by either getting loud, reasoning until out of breath, or trying to win the moral argument. Those usually backfire. Manipulators are practiced. They twist meaning, use your words against you. Others feel guilt if they don't explain. But explanations are weapons manipulators use. They grab them, twist them, and replay them as evidence you're at fault. Avoid those traps. Your power lies in simplicity and consistency, not in defensive walls full of explanations. So here's what matters. One simple question. What do you mean by that? Asked at a subtle but firm moment. Follow it with calm boundaries, resisting the pull to justify. That question doesn't look aggressive. It looks like a request for honesty. And honesty is something manipulators dread. Think right now. Is there someone in your life who uses vague accusations or guilt against you? Try this question the next time. It may sound small, but it can shift everything. Because once you refuse to dance in their narrative, you control the music. Your challenge. Test this in real life within 48 hours. Pick one person who tends to manipulate you. The next time they use a vague accusation, use the question, what do you mean by that? Instead of reacting. Observe how they respond. Journal the reactions. Write it down. What happens when you ask the question, what they say, whether they push back, whether you hold your ground. See patterns. Refine your version. Based on your style and voice, adapt the question if needed, but don't dilute it. Maybe better is, could you give me an example of what you mean? Or when did I do that exactly? Use wording that feels natural for you. Prepare boundary statements and practice them internally. So when the pressure comes, you don't freeze, or over-explain. If everyone learned to ask this one question and stay calm, manipulators would lose their power overnight. It's not about being clever. It's about refusing to hand over your control.